Hello guys, so as you know now you can appear in the gate by two papers. So that is giving you two opportunity in the same year. Yes, no doubt. If you are from mechanical, then mechanical will be a branch which will give you the PSUs. For others, definitely can help you in going into IITs and all. So maybe many of mechanical student have filled the form of PI, and also some BTech PI student also filled the form of PI. So guys, the student who are from mechanical, they must be knowing that what is the difference between the syllabus of mechanical and PI, so that they get to know what are the extra thing they need to study if they are appearing for PI seriously. And my dear, this is the paper. PI means production and industrial engineering. So if you are appearing for this paper along with mechanical, there are some extra syllabus which you need to take care of, because as the name suggests, in this paper major weightage is allotted to production and industrial subjects, and less weightage is given to the thermal part, design part. But in mechanical paper, you know, they all have equal weightage. So there are some differences we will see. When we are talking about aptitude, syllabus is same. Even if you see the mathematics part, linear algebra, calculus, differential equation, complex variable, probability and statistics, and numerical method, if you see these things, the syllabus is almost same. There is no difference. But difference is there in the technical part. Like whenever we are going to the technical part, like here in mechanical paper, you are having applied mechanics. Here we have general engineering. So in general engineering, they have mentioned this engineering materials. And if you see the syllabus, structure, physical and mechanical properties and applications of common engineering materials, metals and alloys, semiconductors, ceramic, polymers and composites, metal, polymer and ceramic based, iron carbon equilibrium phase diagram, heat treatment of metal and alloys and its influence on mechanical properties, stress strain behavior of metals and alloys. If you compare this syllabus with the material science syllabus of mechanical, it is slightly more. You can say, like, if you are preparing for ESC paper 1 material science, then everything is covered in that. Okay. And my dear, then we are talking about applied mechanics. Here this much syllabus is for SOM and mechanics both. Engineering mechanics, equivalent force system, free body concept, equations of equilibrium. This is forces and equilibrium. Trusses is covered. Only these two things. There is no friction, there is no virtual work, there is no kinematics, there is no dynamics. So very less syllabus for engineering mechanics. Weightage is also less. Then my dear, we have trusses. After trusses, strength of material, stress strain and their relationships, failure theories, that is from machine design, Mohr circle, deflection of beams, bending and shear stresses, Euler theory of column, thick and thin cylinder torsion. So very limited syllabus you can see. So one session I would also be taking where I will be telling you the weightage analysis of production industrial. Okay. Right now we are discussing the syllabus. Then we have theory of machines and design. So when we see this analysis of planar mechanism, cams and follower, governor and flywheel, design. Okay. This is over. For theory of machines, that is over. So you can see here they have taken flywheel, governors. They have taken cam and follower, and analysis of planar mechanism. Analysis of planar mechanism means simple mechanism. Velocity and acceleration analysis is covered in that. Okay. Kinematic dynamic analysis is also covered in that. Okay. So my dear, whatever you study up to flywheel, it is there. Then we don't have the balancing in this. Okay. And after that, gyroscope is also not mentioned. Then my dear, when we see the design of bolted, riveted and welded joint is completely there. Interference or shrink fit joint, this is separate note there in mechanical. Friction and lubrication. So they have mentioned here, this is related to bearings, design of shaft, keys, couplings, spur gears, belt drives, brakes and clutch, pressure vessel. So my dear, here they have added this belt drives, which is not there in mechanical syllabus. Okay. And pressure vessels also, when we are talking about, is there in strength of material you study, that is almost same. Just you need to study efficiency part and compounding of cylinders as well. Okay. Then thermal and fluid engineering. So we are entering into thermal science now. So what they have done, they have kept production separate, industrial separate. These are two sections. One is production, other is industrial. And third, all subjects they have kept as general engineering. Okay. So when we see thermal and fluid mechanics, fluid statics, Bernoulli equation, flow through pipe, laminar turbulent flows, equation of continuity, momentum, capillary action, dimensional analysis. So this is the syllabus of fluid mechanics. This is also slightly lesser. But if you are preparing for mechanical, you need not to put any extra effort for fluid mechanics. Thermodynamics, zeroth, first and second laws of thermodynamics, thermodynamic system and processes, calculation of work and heat, for system and control volumes, air standard cycle, heat transfer, basic application of conduction, convection and radiation. So they have simply mentioned that. So when they are simply mentioning, the reason is the level of question is also very less as compared to mechanical from these topics, and also they are asking majorly simple type of questions. They are not going to much in depth of convection, but they will be going very much in depth of the production topics. Here you can notice some things are there which are not in mechanical even, like some part of the material science you need to study, okay, but as I said, if you are preparing for ESC, then this everything is covered. Then if you are talking about in this applied mechanics part, then my dear, this is a subset of the mechanical syllabus. Theory of machine is also a subset of mechanical syllabus. Only this belt drive part and coupling part and keys part, this is not there in mechanical. So keys, couplings and belt drive, that you need to study here, which is not there in mechanical syllabus. Thermal fluid part is the subset once again, okay. Then my dear, now we are talking about manufacturing processes one. Now mechanical syllabus of production is subset of this, okay. So casting, types of casting processes and applications, that is non-conventional casting you study. Sand casting, pattern types, material and allowances, molds and coarse material, making and testing, design of gating system, riser, casting techniques of cast iron, steel and non-ferrous metals and alloys, analysis of solidification and microstructure development, other casting techniques, pressure die casting, centrifugal casting, investment casting, shell molding, casting defects and their inspection by non-destructive testing. So my dear, if you are studying for engineering services, their maintenance you study. In the maintenance, this NDT techniques are covered, okay. So only this part is there separately than the mechanical syllabus for casting. Rest everything you study, the only difference is the way of asking the question. In the mechanical, you will have numerical from gating system or riser most of the time. But in PI paper, many theory questions are also coming. And when you are preparing for P&I, my suggestion to you is you must go for the PYQs. Then you will be getting single digit rank in P&I as well. Then we are entering into metal forming, my dear. So in metal forming, stress-strain relationship that you study in strength of material, and mechanical also it is same. In elastic and plastic deformation, von Mises and Tresca yield criteria, concept of flow stress, hot, warm and cold working, bulk forming process, forging, rolling, extrusion and wire drawing, sheet metal working process, blanking, punching, bending, stretch forming, spinning, deep drawing, ideal work and slab analysis, defects in metal working and their causes. So my dear, it is very much same as that of mechanical syllabus. Only here they have mentioned ideal work and slab analysis, which also we are doing in mechanical as well. So here those big derivation would also be playing an important role. Sometimes they can ask the equations of in between that. So that is the catch here. Otherwise it is almost same, okay. Moving to joining, that is welding we are talking about. Classification of joining process, principle of fusion welding process, using of different heat source, flame, arc, resistance, laser, electron beam. Then heat transfer and associated losses. If you remember in welding, I teach you generally the heat transfer equations. They are not important for mechanical, but they can come in P&I paper. Then you can see the arc welding process, SMAW, GMAW, GTAW means gas tungsten arc welding, gas metal arc welding, shielded metal arc welding, they are same only. Plasma arc, submerged arc welding process, okay. Principle of solid state welding process, friction welding, friction stir welding, ultrasonic welding, welding defects, causes inspection, principle of adhesive joining, that is soldering, brazing and braze welding. So it is almost equal, means same, only friction stir welding they have mentioned it separately, okay. If you see powder processing, this is related to the powder metallurgy, production of metal, ceramic powder, compaction, sintering of metals and ceramic powder, cold and hot isostatic pressing. Same as that of mechanical syllabus. There is no difference, although there only they write powder metallurgy, but we study all these things. Then polymer and composite they have separately mentioned, which is not separately mentioned in the mechanical syllabus. So that is becoming important here. So questions will be separately from this part. Polymer processing, injection, compression and blow molding, extrusion, calendering, and thermoforming, molding of composites. We are moving to the manufacturing process too. So here what we learned in manufacturing process is one thing extra is you need to work on what? You need to work on this polymer and composite. Then my dear, other than that, the casting and welding syllabus are almost same. Okay, metal forming syllabus are almost same. NDT you will be studying in maintenance part of engineering services. Then my dear, manufacturing process 2, we are entering into metal cutting part, machining, orthogonal oblique machining there in mechanical, single point cutting tool, tool signature, chip formation, cutting forces, merchant analysis, specific cutting energy and power, machining parameters, material removal rate, tool material, tool wear and tool life, thermal aspect of machining, cutting fluid, machinability, economics of machining, machining processes like turning, taper turning, thread cutting, drilling, boring, milling, gear cutting and thread production, finishing, processing, grinding, honing, lapping and super finishing. बिल्कुल वही syllabus whatever we study in the mechanical, although in the mechanical syllabus they have not mentioned it that elaborately, and they here in P&I they have mentioned it elaborately, but we study all these things. There is nothing like we don't study. Then my dear, machine tool, lathe, milling, drilling, shaping machines, construction and kinematics, jigs and fixture, principal, application and design. Here what is extra? For mechanical, if you are studying shaper and planer, you are okay going for machining, time calculation and other details. But there, the mechanism on which that shaper and planer are working, if you don't know much about that, it's fine. Okay, like you must have studied quick return motion mechanism. That is Tom point of view. It's fine. It's fine. That the same thing is required also. But my dear, I told you that cutting tool movement in the shaper and planer, when you study, if it is quick return motion mechanism, you know that there is a movement of workpiece as well. So that is also happening by some of the mechanism. So when you're studying for P&I, you need to study all those kinematics, means motion part of the cutting tool which are there. So slightly, you can say more in-depth is required of this part in the P&I part. Then advanced manufacturing, what is that? Principal application of USM, you study non-conventional machining method, AJM, WJM, AWJM, EDM, wire EDM, LBM, EBM, PAM, CHM. CHM is chemical machining, ECM, effect of process parameters. So these all are same as that of non-traditional machining method. We teach you each and everything out of that. Okay, everything. Okay, although the level of questions is not much in mechanical for this topic, they are very easy numericals in mechanical, but for P&I, good level of theory questions are also coming. Then computer integrated manufacturing, if you see basic concept of CAD and CAM, geometric modeling, CNC, automation in manufacturing, industrial robots. This industrial robots, configuration, drives, controls is not there in mechanical. So this is taken from the robotics syllabus of engineering services. So once again, if you are in studying with the BYJU'S exam prep for Vision ESC batch, their robotics classes are there which will be covering this thing. Then cellular manufacturing and FMS group technology, CAPP. Though other things we study, only this part, industrial robots, configuration, drives and control. This is separate. Okay. Then my dear, we are coming to the quality and reliability part. So here something is from the mechanical syllabus, some things are other than that as well. Here major differences started. Metrology and inspection, it's correct, we study that. Accuracy, precision, types of error, limits, fits, tolerance, gauge design, interchangeability, selective assembly, linear, angular and form measurement, straightness, flatness, roundness, runout and cylindricity by mechanical and optical method. If you see, these words are not mentioned in the mechanical syllabus, but in the previous year's paper of mechanical, this cylindricity and runouts, these are asked already. Okay, so definitely we deal with this in the mechanical syllabus as well. By mechanical and optical methods, then inspection of screw threads and gears, surface roughness, measurement by contact and non-contact methods. Okay, so they all are similar as that of mechanical syllabus. Quality management is not there in mechanical. Reliability and maintenance is not there in mechanical. That is totally new. You need to study for P&I paper. Quality concept and cost, statistical quality control, process capability analysis, control chart for variable and attributes, and acceptance sampling, Six Sigma, total quality management, quality assurance and certification, ISO 9000, all these things. But if you study ESC paper 1, there is standards, quality and practices. So this syllabus is there, the part of that subject. So if you are preparing for ESC, then this will be covered in SQP there, standards, quality, practice. Okay, that you study there. Then reliability and maintenance, reliability, availability and maintainability. This also comes under the maintenance engineering part of ESC syllabus. Okay, so you study this distribution of failure and repair times, determination of MTBF and MTTR reliability models, determination of system reliability, preventive and predictive maintenance and replacement, and TPM. All these things are the part of either SQP, which is ESC paper 1, or technical syllabus of ESC maintenance engineering. So they are covered in ESC syllabus, not in GATE syllabus. Then my dear, industrial engineering. Here product design and development. Here this is principle of product design, tolerance design, quality and cost consideration, product life cycle, standardization, simplification, diversification, value engineering and analysis, concurrent engineering and design for X. So here my dear, some things are there which we were having previously in the industrial engineering syllabus. Like if I tell you that product life cycle that we were studying in industrial engineering at our times, now also it is taught. So some things from here is related to the like tolerance design. This is there in metallurgy of mechanical we study. Quality and cost considerations are there in the SQP once again. Product life cycle we study in the industrial part. Standardization, simplification, diversification, value engineering and analysis. This is also the part of industrial engineering, but right now it is not the part of your syllabus. But we study this also in the project management part of ESC paper 1. Okay, so concurrent engineering is a new term which we generally don't go in detail of project management. So these are the things you need to take care by your own. Then work system design. This is totally new, not there in the, you can say, not there in the production syllabus of mechanical. But my dear, these things are there in the industrial engineering. Okay, like what are those? Especially Taylor's scientific management we don't have. Gilbert contributions we have, Darbling's. Okay. Then productivity concept and measurement, it was there in your college syllabus of industrial, but not there in the GATE syllabus. Method study, micromotion study, this we generally study in industrial engineering. Okay. Then my dear, principles of motion economy, work measurement, this is the part of industrial engineering. Time study, work sampling, standard data, PMTS, ergonomics, job evaluation and merit rating. All these things, if you see, 80% of this is there in the industrial engineering part, although it do not comes in GATE mechanical. So that's why many teachers are not teaching. Previously they were asking this, the symbol of transportation, symbol of operation, if you see. But at our time also, like if I would be teaching industrial, then I will definitely teach this, because this is the part of industrial for mechanical as well, although questions are not coming nowadays in this. If you see previous last 20-25 years, so only 2 times question have come from this in mechanical as well. It is not mentioned actually in the syllabus, but these are the basic things which we must know being a mechanical engineer, because these things are coming there. Okay, so if you are facing any difficulty in that, you can refer with your industrial faculty. Then my dear, facility design is facility location factors. This we don't study in any subject. Evaluation of alternate locations, types of plant layout. Types of plant layout is there in industrial once again. Computer aided layout design technique, assembly line balancing. Assembly line balancing also you study in industrial. Material handling system, that is simple, that is the same only which you study as MRP in the industrial. So can you feel it that majority part of these 2 things is there in your industrial engineering? So, but my dear, they are not coming in GATE mechanical. They are the not important part of industrial from GATE mechanical. Okay. Then operation research and operations management. Here linear programming, problem formulation, simplex method, duality, sensitivity analysis, transportation assignment model, integer okay, up to this assignment model is there in the mechanical industrial engineering. But if you see other topics like integer programming, constrained and unconstrained nonlinear optimization, Markovian queuing models, simulation manufacturing application. So before Markovian queuing model, if you see integer programming, constrained and unconstrained nonlinear optimization is not there in mechanical syllabus. It is totally new. Then Markovian queuing theories, you know that it is related to the queuing theory chapter. Simulation manufacturing application, this is also not there in mechanical syllabus. Then engineering economic and costing. If you see break-even analysis, you study in the industrial engineering. Elementary cost accounting and methods of depreciation, you study in basics of project management. Again, ESC paper 1. Techniques for evaluation of capital investment, financial statements and activity-based costing. This is once again note there. Okay, some things of that like related to capital investing, this we study in project management, like how you can invest the money, those things are there. But others like activity-based costing, financial the statements, that is very few part are there in project management. Not 100% is there. Okay, but if you study that properly, you will be able to make questions. Okay, then my dear, production control, forecasting technique you study in industrial. Causal and time series you study, time series you study there. Moving average, exponential smoothing, forecasting. Trend and seasonality, that you study. Aggregate production planning, master production schedule, MRP, MRP2, ERP, routing, scheduling, priority dispatching. So up to this routing, scheduling we study. Then priority dispatching, push and pull system, concept of lean, JIT manufacturing. This is a newly added part in mechanical syllabus also with the name of lean manufacturing. So this everything in that production control we study in the industrial engineering in mechanical syllabus. Then we are entering into logistics, distribution and supply chain management, not there in mechanical. Inventory is there in the mechanical completely. Okay. Then project management is scheduling technique, Gantt chart, CPM, PERT and GERT. So if you see this syllabus, what my advice to you is, if you're going for the mechanical syllabus, okay, other than that, in design part, you need to deal with belt drives, okay, and you need to also deal with the key joints, okay. But if you see those things are not coming more, if you want to leave it, then also you can leave these 1-2 topics. And after that, if you see the new things here in P&I, they are majorly from the maintenance of ESC technical subjects. Then there is a small part of robotics. There is a small part of, you can say, then when we are entering into non-conventional, when we are entering into ESC paper 1. So from ESC paper 1, if you are going for statistical quality practices, okay, standards and quality practices, and the second subject is basics of project management. So if you are going for the mechanical syllabus complete, plus ESC paper 1, 2 subjects, standards and quality practices, basics of project management, plus you are going for that small part of robotics, that is also from ESC technical subjects, and maintenance engineering also from ESC technical subjects, and additionally the design of key joints as well as the design of belt drives. If you go for this much, this will cover your entire syllabus of GATE, P&I. I know some extra hard work you need to do for this, but if you are already preparing for engineering services, then P&I will be self-prepared for you. Okay, you need not to have any extra effort for that. So actually many students were facing difficulty in that. That's why I thought to come up with this idea to tell you what are the things you need to go extra other than your mechanical syllabus if you are preparing for P&I. So goodbye guys for this particular session. Stay tuned with us.